This video is sponsored by Squarespace. So I probably know one of the big problems that you guys have been struggling with lately, because unless you're in some kind of an alternate universe, you have done way too much fighting with Zoom or maybe your phone's video chats. And so whether you're wanting to basically up the quality of something like that, or you're looking to start an event maybe, or live stream to YouTube or Facebook, set up additional revenue streams there, maybe even do some multi-camera work or have different audio signals, or you just want to be able to use the cameras that you already have that are collecting dust on a shelf and be able to produce something with much better quality. We're going to look at some very easy and inexpensive ways up to something that's going to give you some crazy amount of power. Also, it won't break the bank or anything like that, but will give you an amazing feature set that will really up your live streams or events or webcams or anything like that. So before we get started though, if you have not built or upped your website design in a while, now is the time to do that. Everybody is online right now, so stop procrastinating. Head to squarespace.com, been talking about them for a while. You guys know they have a bunch of awesome templates, and it's so crazy easy to get your site set up in a matter of minutes. So I want to add a picture for my camera guides right on the front page. I can just click this little image search, type in camera, and bam, I've got all of these amazing images I can use as a thumbnail. Maybe you've got something like a food blog, no problem. Squarespace has you covered here. And just check this out. I can still go in here, change my photo settings, control my crops, custom filters, just anything that you can think of. I can now add my products to sell for an entire storefront. I can create some awesome custom galleries, which I can even have password protected for my clients, which is awesome. And then even for my latest Instagram image, they can be imported to the gallery here or post automatically to the website homepage. So go ahead and head to the description of this video, because you're going to see a link to get you 2 weeks free, no credit card required, to go ahead and start building your site. When you do want to go live with it, use coupon code LearningCameras and you'll get 10% off of that website today. So let's start with kind of the simple setup, and that is going to be an HDMI capture card, which is going to be something like this. Now this is the Camlink 4K, which I absolutely love, but these have been flying off the shelves. They're really difficult to find right now, so I include some backup options in the description for all of this stuff actually, in case any of it is out of stock. But basically what this does is it will allow you to plug USB into your computer and go HDMI out of your camera into this and use your camera either as a webcam or as a device for live streaming to YouTube, Facebook, or something along those lines. Now this is kind of your basic option right here, but they can be really easy to use and unbelievable for getting that done. Now most cameras are going to have either a micro or mini HDMI out, so I'm include some cables that I like to use for those. And then also, you do need to make sure that your camera has a clean HDMI out. And what that means is that you won't see any of your settings on the screen when you plug in HDMI into your computer. So if you're seeing those settings, make sure your camera has it, or navigate to your HDMI settings in the camera and make sure that things like your info or display are turned off. Also, if you're still having trouble using one of these, one of the solutions might be to change the HDMI output settings. I know when I was using Zoom, it worked fine with auto, but when I was using like Hangouts, I had to go into my camera, manually select like 1080i or 720p when you're doing that output, just so it can see the camera. Sometimes if you have it in 4K or a high-end video format, it will not see it. So just double check that before you get started and make sure that's not a problem for you guys. So next up is audio, and there's two reasons we want to look at this. The first is that your computer and camera audio is not going to be very good, but also your computer or even a phone audio is going to include heavy noise reduction. If you're in a very quiet place, you don't need that. It'll cause your audio to go in and out. Every time your computer hears something it thinks is noise, it'll go ahead and tune that out. So you're going to want something better for audio. You can use shotgun mics like this. They come very inexpensive. This one's about $70, $80. They can mount on your mic, but if you can get it closer to you, putting it on the table or something like that, that would be a great option. The closer these mics are to you, the better they will sound. If you want to go a little bit up, this is the Rode NTG, and it is an amazing mic and going to give you a little bit better quality. The other option to use is going to be like a wireless lav mic, and Rode actually makes a new version of this, which I'll include in the description below, called the Wireless Go. It's so much smaller. This will connect to you as a lav mic and will also connect straight to your camera, so you can wirelessly send the audio from you to your camera and then straight to your computer over this HDMI capture card. The other option is to use like a USB podcasting mic. Those are going to be good too. And if you use a computer mic a lot, maybe you'll want to look at that option. Or if you primarily use your cameras a lot for video, you might already have some cool mics for that. Or this might be the time to just go ahead and buy something for them. So we'll call that kind of our basic setup. And I would use that if you're just looking to do webcams or something like that. However, if you're also going to be putting on a live event or recording a live event and do want to stream it, I would highly recommend looking at an option like this. This is the brand new Blackmagic A10 Mini Pro. They also have just the mini version. We'll go over some of the differences on there, but they're very inexpensive at under $300 on there. They're going to give you so many options, such as being able to use multiple cameras. So if I want an overhead camera view, if I want to have another camera that's maybe pointed in a different direction, also multiple audio sources, have another computer feeding into this. There are so many options. These also have like graphics. You can do fades, fade to black, fading into the show, all kinds of stuff that just wouldn't be possible in any other way. Now, it doesn't have to be difficult either. I can absolutely plug in one camera here to HDMI, one USB port into my computer, use it as a webcam or a live streaming setup. So just because there's all these buttons, don't think that it's very intimidating. It does not have to be. These are just options if you do want to be able to maximize the features on this. Now, in addition to being able to handle multiple cameras, this actually comes with a software suite as well, which when you plug this into your computer, you can bring it up. And one of the most amazing features is going to be the audio options. So not only can you have multiple audio signals, you can have the switching, follow the camera, or have one source dedicated to audio. You can control things like your compression, your EQ, basically get the ultimate sounding audio while you're live streaming without any additional mixers or anything like that. You can do it all from this setup and your computer. So this is absolutely amazing for being able to next level your stuff. I mean, this is like a $5,000 system built into a $300 switcher. Now this is the Pro, and I will have a full review coming out for that just because it's brand new. But basically, this does offer a couple more features. The main ones are going to be the ability to have a multi-camera view. So if you go out of this into another monitor, you can see all of the different camera angles you have set up, your audio controls, things like that, and be able to see it on a separate monitor. This can be great if you have a lot of cameras and you want to be able to see what the camera sees before you take into that camera. So maybe a live event that you're not looking at the cameras for, that could be a good thing for that. And then also you can use the USB out to go straight to a SSD, a USB SSD, and record everything that you're live streaming straight to that device. So those are kind of the different options. None of them are probably necessary for most people. So if you want to save some money and go with the A10 Mini, you can absolutely do that. But the Pro is going to give you some additional features like that can kind of take things to the next level. My last secret weapon for doing live streams is going to be this. This is the Hollyland Mars 400, and this is a wireless video sender. And so basically you hook one of these up to your camera and one of these straight up to something like this or your capture card, and it will wirelessly send the video from your camera to here, so you don't have to run long HDMI cables. This is going to be extremely vital because a lot of events as well, I'll have a camera positioned up front, but I don't want to have me with my laptops and switchers up front of the event. So this allows me to stay far away, have my camera wherever I want to, and I can be getting that signal from here and hooking it straight up to this. The other reason I love these is that you can actually connect your phone to this and monitor everything that your camera is seeing, you will be able to see. So if that camera is far away or overhead or anything like that, you can quickly just look at your phone screen and see everything that your camera is seeing. It'll even give you like false colors and vectors and peaking to make sure you're in focus. So all kinds of tools available on that. So this is my go-to secret weapon that I think most people don't use for wireless streaming, and it is unbelievable, especially if you're shooting something like an event. So feel free to hit me up in the comments below if you guys have any questions on how to do any of this stuff or system recommendations. Also, I do have links to all of this gear there, and if you use those links, it kind of helps out the channel, and I really appreciate you guys doing that. I know times are really difficult, so all of the support and encouragement we can give each other is absolutely amazing. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I've got a brand new lens from Tamron coming in next week. I'm sure you probably know what it is, and so really looking forward to that video coming out soon, so stay tuned, lots more coming your way.